Hello and welcome to Lightwaves by todderbert. If you enjoy reviews of flashlights, rechargeable lanterns, and other portable light sources, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us with the ThruNite Archer Pro S. This is a high output, ultra compact, everyday carry flashlight 704 edition. Rock on! You can find it selling on Amazon currently to making this video at $24.49, though the price could go down. They have sales coupons. Always watch for those. Definitely you're going to see that because the V2 version is lower in price and now I think like $18 and as low as $16 recently. So definitely one to watch for price. So we'll be showing you the V2 next to this one as well so you can see some differences in case you own the V2 model and you're considering this one as well. So here we go, the box it comes in, Archer Pro S. 704. I was like, what does 704 mean? I thought it was like a type of like metal or something, but no, it's 704 Tactical. It is a group. They're a YouTube channel, I believe, and they got their logo on a flashlight. They got a little logo. They made it. They made it in the world. That's awesome. You know you're doing something right. What do you got your little logo on there? I want to see todderbert on a radio or something. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, so that's the box. Show what's coming inside the box. We get to start a show. Yeah, the 704. And then, of course, it's Comrade in orange. Yeah. Loving the orange, man. If we made an orange model, you got to own the orange. I mean, it's sweet. I have quite a few orange models. You'll get to see those in this video. I just love them. I think they're the best. But for the review, we'll show off the black one. But there we go. You get the black, but you don't get both. You just get the one flashlight in the box. It would be nice to get both, right? Here we go. Charging cable, USB-A to C, standard fare. And then we have the manual here. There you go. You got illustration of the flashlight. You got their contact information. We got a little blurb. Archer Pro S rechargeable LED flashlight adopts the high performance LED. Doesn't tell me a whole lot. To make output up to 1459 lumens. All right. And a max beam distance of 160 meters, which I believe is down from the previous V2 model. They changed up the optics a little bit, so a little less throw, but definitely a wider beam. So there you go. Technical parameters, which we'll cover in my video in a second, but in case I missed something. Turbo, you got the run times for that. Infinity high, infinity low. So it goes from 673 down to 15 lumens. So you got a nice range. And I love the way it ramps. It ramps beautiful. A wonderful FireFly mode too as well. Was that almost half a lumen? Yeah, pretty awesome for 17.5 days. And the strobe is increased in this model as well to 1400 lumens versus I think 100 and something lumens on the V2. So there you go. Then we got directions to how to use in case I missed something. You can lock and unlock the flashlight, which is a good thing. Turning on and off, changing modes, the rechargeable function, and over here showing you where the port is, very simple. The LED indicator on here is more useful than the previous model as well. Okay, in case I forget to mention that, it is better. Let's put those off to the side. All right, I'll zoom it on down. Let's go over dimensions real quick. So we have a length of 3 13/16 of an inch, or 98 millimeters. We have a head diameter of 7/8 of an inch, or 22 millimeters. We have a tail diameter of 3/4 of an inch, or 19 millimeters. Not bad. Weight is 65 grams. Of course, that includes the battery because the battery is internal and does not come out. So something to keep in mind with the Pro Series. All the Pro Series have the internal battery that doesn't come out. Now, I believe it's a 14500 with cylindrical cell. So there you go. This one's rated at 1000 milliamp hour. So that's up again from the previous V2 model as well. So little upgrades across the board for this flashlight. So size comparison, I always like to bring a couple items to give you an idea. Now, I mentioned about orange flashlights and different ones I have. This is on the bench, the ThruNite Saber, which is an amazing flashlight. You can get the black one right now, I think for $12.99 as the making of the video again. That's not bad at all if you can find it at that price in black. Now, the orange one's going to be more, of course. It always is. But this is AA powered. It actually comes with a 14500 cell to get you started. So, yeah, it has a rechargeable battery. But that's just to show you for size. Yeah, they're almost identical. This one looks a little longer, the Saber. So you can see they went a little compact with this Pro S. I like it. All right. And then we have a standard AA battery. Good idea for that. We have a flat top 18650. There you are. Just to give you an idea. And then we have a standard everyday carry 18650. TC15 version 3, which is awesome. I've had that thing on my bench for a long time. I use it all the time. It's always like right there for me. So it's the old mule that keeps on going. Love that. Not an orange though. Wish it was. And a really quick comparison, we're going to show you the V2 model next to the 704 model. So there you go, kind of bring it on down, just so you can see the differences. Yeah, 704 looks like it slims up just a little bit at the head diameter. Yeah, I think the head diameter might be a little, yeah, you can see it on there. Optics changed, that's a total obvious there. So the V2 in my right hand here has TIR optics versus the standard optics there, which we're going to go over. And tail changes, you get this recessed tail now on the 704, which I love, versus the raised tail of the V2. And of course, the knurling on the body is much more aggressive on the 704 Tactical Edition because that's what it is. You got this looser, thinner type style. And of course, with the battery status LEDs, this one just flashes on the V2. This one here turns on when you turn the flashlight on. So I turn this on, you'll see the light stays on. This one here, when I turn it on, it doesn't turn on. It only turns on when it's running low. So yeah, there's that. Let's go ahead and turn this off here. Okay, cool. So that gives you an idea for size. I like that. So we'll go ahead and I guess zooming it down even closer. Up close and personal. Got Iron Man here. Get my color back. Sweet. All right. So let's go over features of the 704. So going to the front, you can see we got a toughened glass lens with anti-reflective coatings on both sides. Get that purplish hue to it. Though I didn't notice that with the beam. It's nice cool white, which is nice. Smooth reflector. We get a nice broad beam pattern and with a lot of spill. So it actually is a nice beam pattern. I like it. I actually like it more than the V2. Personal opinion. This one's much nicer. And I'll try to represent that in a little demo on the bench here in a moment. LED down on the bottom there. I'm going to say it's luminous. I emailed them. I didn't get a reply. So I'm just going to wing it. I think it's a luminous make. Don't quote me on that, but it's cool white. And the CRI is relatively low, probably around the 70 range. Give you an idea. But you can see it's delidded there. I think, yeah. So no dome. Okay, and then you can see here we got our writing there, Archer Pro S and 704. Sweet, loving that. And this unscrews. So let's just get to our charge port. There it is. Awesome. So this takes 5 volt 1 amp input, and I believe charges at 1 amp. And while charging, you have the Infinity low mode available, and you have FireFly mode available. So just the 2 low modes available to you while you're charging the light. At least you have something. Some lights like this, you plug them in, they don't do anything. They just turn off, and you're never going to turn it on until you're done charging. So that's nice that it has that ability to keep using it to some extent. So there you go. And of course, as you can see, it's threaded, and there's an O-ring at the base here on the shroud, so that keeps the IPX rating at 8 waterproof, so it can handle submersion for 30 minutes. Not bad. So there you go. You got your hat belt clip. You got that aggressive knurling. I tried to show that to you versus the V2, which is this like smoother style. Definitely aggressive. You can feel that when you're holding it. Now it still feels comfortable, but definitely feels like you got a grip on this light. It's not going to slip out of your hand while holding it. So yeah, and then now this recessed tail switch is really nice. So you have it where it's pretty hard to bump versus the V2 where it's raised. Okay, so they did make improvements there. Definitely a fan. The body, of course, is your typical 6061 aircraft grade aluminum alloy with a Type 3 hard anodized finish. Hat belt clip, love it. I guess you'd say deep carry, pretty close to deep carry. It's not all the way up to the top, but pretty close to it. Nice little setup. Yeah, liking that marking on there. Real nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and yeah. So I mentioned the battery is 1,000 milliamp hour. So yeah, it charges fairly quick, and of course that battery status LED turns when it's blue. It's good to go. When it's flashing, you got a time to charge. So it turns red, you better charge. That's what I'm saying. When you're charging the light, though, it also solid red and then goes to blue when it's finished. So very nice to have that. So let's go ahead and go through the mode. So yeah, it's very simple. Let me just raise this up a little bit. Yeah, it's one of these deals where you just tap it once on the tail, turn it on. It remembers the last mode used in the Infinity mode. So you can set it between that 673 and 15 lumen range. So right now I have it on low. Now if you press and hold, it cycles. Confirmation low, going all the way up to high, ramping really smooth. It's going to flash at the highest, and it's going to go back down. So you can see it's really smooth ramping. I really like this. Really nice. I'm just holding the tail. Gonna bring it on down to low again. Leave it on low. So there you go. And it remembers this when you turn the flashlight off and you turn it back on. It's on low, which is fantastic. Iron Man's coming back in the shot. Yeah, just to help color rendering. So yeah, so there is the very simple UI. So from off or on, if you double tap, you go right to turbo. So 1, 2, we're on turbo. This is 1459 lumens. So yeah, we're rocking. Definitely cooking the hand. I can feel that. One tap, turn it off. Now, if you can't handle strobe, look away. So to go to strobe from on or off, triple press, 1, 2, 3. Now we have strobe. That strobe is 1400 lumens. It'll have a runtime of 35 minutes. Yeah, definitely a difference versus the strobe on the V2, which I have the instructions here, which is 115 lumens at 150 minutes. So you get longer runtime, but not as high intensity. Here's the range of the V2. You can see we have a much higher range with the 704 model. Okay, so you get an idea. This is the V2 instructions there. Just had them out there so you could see that. All right, great. Okay, so there's that operation. And of course you have FireFly mode, which is press and hold from off. And let go, and then you got FireFly mode. Sub Lumen, baby. This is nice. We see my demo in a moment on the bench with the radio. Yeah, this is a sweet spot for this light. It can run for a long time. So if you're in a situation with no power, that's how you're going to run this light. Definitely, so don't run that battery down. So there's your FireFly mode. If you want to lock the light out, while in FireFly mode, press and hold, and this will lock the light out. Confirmation flash turns off. So now when I hit the button, it just has one little light saying, okay, I'm locked. So to unlock, you press and hold. Confirmation flash, now we're back on. Now we're back in business. So there you go. Very simple. All right, so let's head to the garage where we took some pictures. We'll come back to the bench. We'll do a benchtop demo and some final thoughts on this 704 model. So head to the garage. So here I am, 15 feet away from the garage door. The light's on turbo. This is 459 lumens. Expect a runtime of 50 seconds or 1 minute. And then after that, it'll throttle down to 645 lumens to run out the remainder of the battery for 88 minutes. Expect a total throw of 160 meters on this mode. Now we're going infinity high. This is 673 lumens. Expect a total runtime of 1.5 hours. Don't expect you'll be running it at high all the time. I'd probably just to see something quick in the garage, but I'd say set it a little lower. And by lower, this mode here, infinity medium, is approximately 250 lumens. I would expect a runtime of around 3 to 3.5 hours. This is the setting I'd probably use the most, right in between the high and the low. Now we're on the infinity low setting, 15 lumens. Expect a runtime of 27 hours. If you can do a lot with 15 lumens, use this because, again, it'll save that battery, so you can use it for quite a long time. And let's go back to the bench. All right, cool. So we'll do a quick demo. Go ahead and bring this in. Now I have the V2, which we'll bring in as well. I'm going to go to its low setting because it's got infinity as well. Okay, so its low setting, I'm just going to check on the chart. It's 13 lumens versus 15, so I think that's a pretty good representation. This one here is already on low, I believe, yeah. Okay, it's going to want me to cycle up and cycle back down on this one. So we're going to bring it back down to make sure we're on low. There we go. Confirmation on low. All right, great. As you can see, the battery status LED stays on. It's in the bottom there. So very nice. And this one doesn't light up. Okay, these lights off here. Okay, so beam patterns. Okay, so you can see, let's see. I will bring in the 704 from my right. It's got some awesome spill. And it goes to a diffuse center beam. There you go. Again, this is on low, 15 lumens. So this is good for the bench. Small quarters. And over here is the V2. Now, if you notice, not much spill as we have here. We have just a little bit of spill, but mainly spot. That's where we get our throw. This one definitely has a little bit more throw to it. Not a ton more, but does have some more throw because of the TIR optics. But it makes it more just a diffuse center beam with not much spill to it. I can see why this 704 model might be more appealing to a larger audience because of this nice spill to it. Plus, you get that diffuse center. So yeah, I like that. There you are. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the V2. It pretty much shows off what that's capable of. As you can see. Yeah. Big difference there. All right, we're turning it off. So this one here, we'll go ahead and just go through the modes. I'm going to aim at the ceiling. So we're on low right now. We'll go up to high. Okay, just bouncing off the ceiling there. There we go. Flash, we're up at high. 673 lumens and turbo. Now we're at 1459. We're lighting up everything, of course. These usually are anything over 1,000 lumens lights the whole place up. There you go. Very nice. To the bench. Too much for the bench. Get the spot on Iron Man there. Very nice. It's getting pretty warm in the hand. I'll probably start throttling in a moment. All right, let's go to FireFly. So long press. And now we're in FireFly mode, your half lumen mode, which looks fairly bright for the table here. Nice. Cool, and of course we're a radio channel, so we're going to bring a radio out. Here's our radio, Skywave 2, loving it.
You brought in a champion in Mike Budenholzer, and none of it matters. The Suns are not going to the playoffs with that collection of talent and all that money invested. I have no idea what the Suns do from here, but I know something has to change, or a lot of things need to change.
Same as Philadelphia, right?
Yeah.
I mean, those two.
At least Philly's going to get a good pick.
Those two should get together and put together one basketball team that's actually good.
And even if they come together, Joel Embiid still won't be available.
Yes, that is correct. 100%. Yeah.
The Rockets, the surprise 2 seed in the West, that's a done deal. You've got the Lakers, who with Luka Doncic tonight go into Dallas and beat the Mavs 1.
Okay, so there you go. You can see that there was no RFI whatsoever. I love it. On any of the modes, a beautiful thing. So we're going to go ahead and turn the lights back on, do final thoughts. Yeah. Cool. So there we are. Skywave 2 rocket. FireFly mode engaged. We're going to go ahead and kick that off. Oh, it's warm, warm, warm. Okay, so bring this up a little bit. Let's bring in Iron Man. Yeah, let's bring the orange back in. I mentioned I would show you all the orange ones. So for orange, I had that Saber. Let's see if I can bring all these in. Give you an idea. And then I got that V2 on orange. So yeah, let's see if I got that right. There we go. So all the orange light, just so you could see kind of the differences. Now, yeah, I mean, depending on the, I guess, day, the process changes a little bit. This has a more intense orange to it versus these have a more satin orange. Yeah, I kind of like the more intense orange myself. That's just me. But yeah, there's the differences in the orange. But I am a fan. They all look pretty nice to me. But this definitely has a more robust. And I think they went with that with these Archer. Here's another one. So the Archer, okay, TI Pro, I think. I don't know if it's called an Archer. Maybe it's just TI Pro. I got a lot of these. I love them. So that one there has a brighter orange. There, very cool. All right, so yeah, I had to show them to you. That's my little collection. All right, let's go final thoughts on the 704 model. Bring it on down. Okay, my likes, dislikes, and overall opinion. Okay, so I like the wide beam pattern that smooth reflector provides. Just amazing compared to the V2. What a big step up. I mean, yeah, this is definitely worthy, the 704. just by that alone, it's amazing. The smooth ramping, the V2 has it as well. So if you like smooth ramping modes, you don't need the ultra high output this provides, then the V2 is a good buy as well. And I'll have links to both flashlights. And of course, in the iCard section, you can check out the review of the V2 as well. I'll try to remember to put that in there. Improved knurling. This is definitely improved. I like it. It's better grip. Definitely like IPX8 Waterproof. I think it's the same on their model. I like that. Low and FireFly available while charging is a big deal. USB-C charging as well. Everybody's using it nowadays, so why not, right? The low profile tail switch. I'm a fan. Anything to keep from turning this light on by mistake. So if I'm just like tapping it, it takes quite a bit to turn it on. So that's good because it is low profile. It takes us a little bit more to press it. Just rubbing against something that's not going to turn it on, instantly. So that's a good thing. Bonus. High output strobe is a big deal. It's everyday carry size, so it's in that same range as the AA, like the Saber. I do like the size factor, and actually it's a little, slightly smaller because the tail's not extended. So I do like the compact form factor of this. That's a big deal. And of course, a good build quality. The quality of the build is amazing. ThruNite's always come through the top with this, and I can't fault it anywhere. I don't see anything where it could be better. I mean, it all looks well put together, every bit of it. So kudos to build quality. I mean, it makes sense, right? Definitely. And of course, the battery status LED, that stays light. when you turn it on, it's always lit. I mean, hello, that's what I wanted on the original, but nope. They made it with this one, though. Yay. Dislikes and wants. Well, you know, the big one, replaceable battery. I wish this had a replaceable battery. Everybody says it does. No, it doesn't. Unless you have a vise, maybe. And you can, like, there's probably Loctite here or something, or cement. I don't know how you get in there. There is a seam, but I think once it's on, it's on. I mean, I couldn't budget. So if you can get yours open, wow, rock on to you, because I can't. So replaceable battery would be nice. Lockout mode. I like the idea of the lockout mode. Though, but I like the idea of 4 clicks from off. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's nicer than just pressing and holding, because, to be honest with you, something could be jammed in your pocket, pressing and holding, and then it unlocks it, and then now it's on. You know what I mean? I know it starts out in low in FireFly, but the thing is, then it could hit it again, and all of a sudden it could turn on your last memory setting, which could be high, and it could, yeah. So I think if they could change the lockout mode to 4 clicks, that would be a big deal. So, final thoughts, overall impressions. It's a wonderful, impressive, compact, everyday carry flashlight for those who want ease of use and high output. The Pro V2, though, just have to throw it in there, is also a good value option to consider because the price of it is rather sweet. When I saw it at $15.99 the other day, I was like, whoa, that's a great price for that flashlight. So, I mean, if the feature set of this one appeals to you, definitely get the V2. But the 704 does up the ante on almost everything the V2 had to offer. So definitely everything they did here was an upgrade to the V2. Definitely. All right. So there you go. Gets a thumbs up from Todderbert. Yeah, all day long. These are great flashlights. I enjoy them. I know they're pretty much like a toss-away light, but that's like everything nowadays, like your phones. And if you don't get those batteries replaced, they're pretty much, yep, time for a new phone. It's like everything else. But this battery, I mean, cylindrical cells, they last quite a long time. I imagine you're going to get, 500 plus charges. I mean, it's a lot of charging. It's a lot of use too. I mean, and these little lights, you're not using them every day. And if you are using them every day, then yeah, you're going to go through that battery probably within a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, and you'll be looking for another light. But that's what it is. So keep that in mind. If you're not using it that heavy, you might be able to keep this light for 6 to 8 years. That's just a good representation of what you can expect probably of this light. So rock on. If you like ThruNites and you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the bell icon, and 3, comment down below what you think about the Archer Pro S 704 edition. Is it for you? Let me know. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.